In my opinion, all good planners are tools that help us plan out our goals and big daydreams. But a really great planner is one that encourages us to do more than just plan those goals and dreams. It's one that allows us to break those goals down further into smaller action items with deadlines that we can check off little by little and make progress towards the destination that we want to reach, and helps us produce the results we want to achieve. A really great planner is one that also gives us the opportunity to plan, set action items, accomplish those action items, and reflect on them before we begin to plan again for our next day, week, month, or year. Welcome to my Self-Development Monday series, where we discuss skills, tips, and products that will make a positive impact on your career, finances, and productivity. Now, if this sounds interesting to you, definitely subscribe to my channel, because there you're really going to become part of a community of people that are just like you and I, that are really just living and learning how to create a more balanced and fulfilling lifestyle for ourselves that makes us happy. I'm very excited to be sharing with you today the Clever Fox Planner that you can purchase on cleverfoxplanner.com or on Amazon, just like I did. It's currently retailing for $25. It's a weekly undated planner, which I really love because you can buy it now and you'll still have 1 year's worth of pages that you can make use of. Now, I have the deep purple version here, but I know that it comes in 9 different colors, ranging from black and royal blue to turquoise or a blush pink. So there's a great selection to choose from, and perfect for either men or women. So let's take a look and see what comes included in your purchase. When I received my order, it came in a keepsake box. That's very sturdy and perfect for giving this as a gift to someone that you know loves planners as much as we do. Now, when you open it, you saw that there was other items here. Let's go quickly through those. So you'll get a small thank you note from the company and opportunity for you to leave your feedback on Amazon to see if you liked this product. It also comes with 150 colorful stickers for you to use. These are convenient because you don't need to go all out on using colored pencils. Rather, you can use these instead to indicate a birthday coming up, a pay date, meditation, exercise. So there's quite a couple of stickers that you can begin using right away. And here there is a quick starter guide that gives you ideas and inspiration on how you can use this planner. And lastly, they include 3 discount code coupons that you can share with people that you care about. Now, I do want to share mine with you all. So if you go onto my Facebook page for this channel, you'll find a post for this Clever Fox Planner review. Leave a comment and tell me that you're interested in this planner if you are. That way I can share my 10% discount code with the first 3 people who comment on there. That way you can save yourself a little bit more money on top of this already affordable planner. So for the planner itself, it kind of comes wrapped around in this paper and lets us know what this planner will allow you to do by staying more focused on your goals and developing good habits. Now, this is a really compact and lightweight planner that measures 8.25 inches by 5.75 inches. So it's very thin and it's very convenient and portable, which is one of the reasons that I purchased this, because I have a law of attraction planner that I used all last year, but it's a lot bigger. It is 7.5 inches by 10. And so if I were to place this one on top, you can see how much smaller this is, and you can easily carry it around with you in your backpack or purse. Now, if you're interested in seeing this planner, I did create a review for it that I'll link down in the description box below, and I give a more detailed review on that. Now, this planner does contain a really thick cover here. So you can see you can bend it a little, but it is pretty sturdy. And the paper itself is very thick as well. So it's 120 GSM, which just stands for grams per square meter. And it gives us an indication of how much it'll prevent bleed through if you're using ballpoint pens. So the higher the GSM, the better the quality of the paper. So 120 is pretty thick, and it'll help prevent that bleed through. So this is good quality paper. It's not like a very flimsy type of paper, so I really love that. Now, I did want to point out 4 quick external features before we take a look at the inside of the planner. The first feature is it contains this pen loop holder that's sewn on, and it used to be glued before, but the company listened to customer feedback because the glue, I think, had been detaching and this could easily fall off. But as we see, because it's tightly sewn on there, it's on there pretty well. So no need to worry about that happening anymore. The second feature is this elastic strap closure, which will just help us protect our pages from getting all messed up when we throw it in a backpack or purse. It does have a inner pocket built in here for us to place small important things. If we wanted to, we could place the stickers that it came with, some bills, some receipts, so our papers don't fall out instead of us sticking things in between the pages, which I'm guilty of, and then later I can't find. Now, the fourth and final external feature of this, you'll notice that this planner contains 3 colorful ribbon page separators. Usually I tend to see 1 ribbon page separator in most planners. Like, for instance, my Law of Attraction planner, it has 1 ribbon, as we can see here. Yeah, I think, oh no, it had 2. I remember now. Okay, so quick tangent. I actually want to tell you a little bit about this. So I'm currently expecting and we have this cultural belief, or we could call it a superstition, but if a woman is pregnant, the woman is encouraged to put on a small red ribbon with a safety pin on her undies, or she can wear red undies. And she's recommended to do this only during solar eclipses, because it's believed that if she doesn't do this, the baby can be born with like deformities or health abnormalities and things like that. Now, of course, this isn't backed by science, but it's this big cultural superstition that suegras and moms just love us to follow. And so I remember there was a solar eclipse like a couple months ago, and I didn't have any red undies, so I ran, and the only like red ribbon that I could find was the one on the Law of Attraction planner. So I know, sorry for the quick tangent, but It was definitely funny to remember right now how my husband was just, we were trying to find this red ribbon and, you know, we couldn't. I was trying to find some chonies and I couldn't find those red chonies. So it was just funny because he was helping me pin, with the safety pin to the undies I had on. And of course with like this, you know, big cute little belly in the way, I can't even see my chonies, let alone put a safety pin on them. So I know, weird non-planner related tangent there, but I thought it'd be interesting to share. So oh, by the way, chonies is a slang term in Spanish for undies. So chonies, chonies, chonies. Now, as I was saying, we tend to see 1 to 2 ribbons in most planners. However, as you can see, this one has 3, and that's because of the unique layout and design of this planner. Let's take a look inside. After the initial page here, notice how this is a lay flat binding, which allows us to plan in here without the fuss of the pages not allowing us to, or bending, or us having to crease the planner. I really appreciate that type of binding that's included to allow this planner to lay flat like that. This planner is divided into 4 different sections. The first section is where we have room to do a lot of vision and goal setting, and we can jot these quick notes for things that we're grateful for. And I really like that gratefulness kind of keeps us in the correct mindset, and it gives us this reminder that no matter where we are in life, or with the current resources that we may have, even though they may be limited, there's still something or someone that we're grateful for the families, friends, and supports that we may have, or for the current transportation, money that we possess, or maybe we have more things than we did a couple of years ago, or we've reached certain milestones and accomplishments that we haven't in the past. So to have this up front and center in the planner and allow us time to reflect on what we're grateful for, that's just a great reminder there. It also gives us room to think about what we're passionate about and what brings us joy in life. I like this because if we're taking the time to plan, it's really important to know why we're doing it all. Like, why are we wanting to reach the plans and dreams that we have set out for ourselves? What's our biggest motivator? And then on this side, it allows us to really think about daily things that we want to do. And I used to have this sticky note where I was really trying to come up with a great morning routine for myself. And as I was playing with certain things that I found were essential for me to have a good morning, I would put them on a sticky note, and I would lose that sticky note all the time. And of course, because I didn't have the habit of a morning routine, I kind of was lost in a way. But now I feel like I've come up with a good morning routine that I can stick here. And of course, this will change day to day, but I have my essentials now, which is, you know, eating a healthy breakfast, reading my Bible, and other things like that. I will have a future video in the next couple of weeks going over my morning routine. So if you're interested in that, but at least this allows us time to include a list of habits that we want to do daily, and we can incorporate that later in the planner, as you'll see. Then down here we have the affirmations. Affirmations were something that I started getting more into a couple of years ago, and I really want to say how much they've had an impact in my life. So I think they are really important in helping us rewire our brain. But I did want to share one that I've been using for the last couple of months, and I've found it very helpful, and it's simple. It's possible. That's what it is. It's possible. It's possible. And I heard this from Les Brown, who is a motivational speaker that I found on YouTube. And he gave this very inspirational speech talking about it's possible and telling ourselves that so that we can know that if we want it, we need to stop telling ourselves that it's not possible. So I'm going to link that video down below because I love it so much. Next, we're given room for our vision board where you can include pictures. I actually came up with a vision board in another notebook that I have for my Spanish YouTube channel that's called Vida Sana Corazón Contento, and you might end up with something like this for your vision board. Now for the My Goals, I really like this because it allows us to identify or come up with top goals for the entire year in different areas of our life. So for instance, we have health, business, career, family, and friends. And then we have a whole nother box separated for our significant other and romance, finance, personal development, fun and recreation, and spiritual growth. Then it allows us to take these yearly goals, select 5 top ones for this year, and list them in more detail here. Then on the next page, break these top 5 goals even further so you can make kind of like a bubble mind map where you'd put this year and have from it branching like 5 different bubbles for each goal, and then below each goal you can put bullet points of even smaller goals that will help you reach that big one. And as you see, this is why I like this planner, because it's allowing us to make these goals and dreams a lot smaller in a really simple, straightforward way that doesn't overwhelm me. The Law of Attraction planner is really great, but it has like, I don't know, a lot more, like 20 pages I want to say, devoted to just a section like this, which was extremely helpful, I have to say. But if I have, you know, now that I've done that very detailed work of thinking, I appreciate other planners that have really small, straightforward, concise, a concise number of pages for us to do that. The second section of this planner, which is held in place by this first ribbon, is the 12 monthly spreads all grouped together, which I find extremely useful because some planners will have them divided right before each weekly spread. And I find this a lot more convenient instead of having to flip through the entire planner just to find that 1 month. Again, this is undated, and while the boxes for the days are small, they're large enough where you can put in an important date or holiday. And the first thing you'd want to do is go to this month's goals and set up your maybe top 3 goals that you have for the month. And it gives us room on the side to also create kind of a vision of how we want this month to go. So we can write the habits we really want to work on this month. So maybe that's working out twice a week. It gives us room to put the skills that we want to learn, things that we want to avoid. So if we want to go on a social media cleanse for a weekend, we can do that and avoid social media. Places to go, people that we want to see that month or meet up with. So it really gives you that room to plan and execute, because if you haven't seen that friend for a while, maybe you can reach out to them and say, hey, when do you have time this month so that we can meet up? And you can schedule that in and make it happen. Then at the end of the month, it gives us room for reflection down here where we can come back and see if we were able to accomplish these goals that we set out for ourselves, or maybe things came up that we didn't expect, but they were a big success. And if things didn't work out so well, how can we improve next month? After these 12-month spreads, we fall into the second section of this planner, which contains 52 weekly spreads. And what I love is that it doesn't just contain these weekly spreads, it contains a whole nother page of breaking down our goals that allows us to come into our weekly spread and then plan out accordingly. Because there's some weekly planners that have the weekly spreads back to back to back, and it doesn't really give us opportunity to really flesh out certain items. So for instance, here it allows us to have a main goal for that week, what reward we want to give ourselves if we complete that goal, and what are our week's top 3 priorities. And these goals should align with our monthly goals. It should be goals that will have a really great impact on helping us achieve that month's goals or that year's goals, because if not, we're never going to reach that if we're just coming up with every week, clean the house, which sometimes I'm guilty of, especially when I'm deep cleaning different parts of the house. We have more things, so let's take a look. Personal to-do list, where we can just do a brain dump, as I like to call it, and just put everything that's on our mind. Habits and skills that are very specific, and we can check off the days that we end up actually doing it. And then we have a note section that if we need more room to expand on any of these things, we can. And again, reflection. What was this week's wins, and how are we going to improve next week? And the last and final section is the 60 pages worth of dot grid paper. This reminds me a lot of the bullet journaling that looks fun and pretty, but I don't know if I've been willing to take my time to do all that creating of different spreads. And that's why I really enjoy this planner, because it's compact like a bullet journal, but it already has those spreads in there for you. And if you don't have a spread that's in the planner and that you really wanted, you can come here and be creative. You can include things like a list of books that we've been reading this year, and maybe a list of books, podcasts, YouTube channels, or resources that other people recommend to us, but we haven't gotten around to and we'd like to in the future. Or what if we were to create maybe budget spreads to help keep track of us paying off our debt? The list could just go on and on, especially because there's 60 pages of these dot grid paper. All of it is in this very small planner. I can't believe it. I really feel like we get a lot of bang for our buck here. Now, all in all, I really think this is just a really great, affordable planner that offers us a very unique layout. It includes yearly planning, monthly spreads, weekly spreads, room to be creative and create our own spreads, or have note-taking in the back, all for $25. So all of these things that are included in this planner. Yet it's portable, it's convenient, it's lightweight, it's sturdy, the paper is thick, and you can start planning in it right away because it's the undated version. So I'm really looking forward to utilizing this planner. If you are too, and you're excited just as I am, and you feel like it's going to function well for your needs, then I encourage you to check out the description box below. I'm going to include that link where you can buy it on Amazon or off of the company's main page. Remember to visit my Facebook page for that opportunity to receive the 10% discount code. I also want to thank you again. I really want you to know that I appreciate your time and the time you spent with me as we consider what tools we're going to use in the next year to accomplish our goals. If you like this type of content, please like it. That way I know that you enjoy planner reviews or other product reviews. And tell me down below other planners that you are using or are interested in trying out. In the meantime, I just want to leave you with a thought that let's go turn those plans and dreams we have into actions, and those actions into a we did it. Because there is so much planning to do, especially since I'm due in 2 weeks with my first baby. I mean, this baby down here has a lot to do as well. She is definitely getting prepared and starting to descend. But I'll see you next Monday. I hope you enjoyed, and maybe next video you'll see me with a baby.